Alrighty, so things to know for wilderness survival would be, of course, firstly the three threes. First one would be shelter. Last about 3 hours without shelter, depending on the conditions. You want to build something to produce shelter, or if you can avoid it, get in a cave, something like that. Something that's already pre-made. That would be better because you don't have to exert as much energy. There's also several types of shelters that you can build, including a lean-on one, which is where you just get a stick, twig, something like that. Build other twigs against it at an angle to protect you from the weather and environment. And then, of course, that's good for a day or so. It can be long term or short term, depending on how long you need it to be. If it's going to be longer term, of course, you can add the other side, becomes an A shelter. The next rule of threes would be water. You got to find water. You can last about 3 days, depending on the conditions, environment where you're at, without water. A couple of ways to go ahead and do that would be one, if there's a lake or anything like that, a good way to not distill but take out like amoebas and like that from the water is to about 3 feet away from it, dig a hole about a foot or so deep, like that. It'll fill with water that'll take out the amoebas. Not bacteria, viruses. That doesn't get rid of it. Another way of obtaining water would be the charcoal method, which is where you crumble charcoal, pour water through it. Again, only gets rid of amoebas, not pesticides, not viruses, not bacteria. Gold standard of doing that. 5 seconds? Oh, it's okay. I'll tell you when to cut it. Gold standard of getting the best water would be distilling it, which would be boiling water and catching that boiling like that. It leaves everything behind, but also leaves out electrolytes. Very important. If you have salt at a lake, something like that, put salt in it. You need that. Last of the three threes would be, let me see, shelter, water, food. You can go about 3 weeks without any food. Of course, you need to be able to catch food. You can set traps. The names of them, I can't think right off the top of my head, but I can think of some. No, don't cut it. Of course, pause it real quick. Here is very important. There's several ways that we've learned how to do it. There's the fire roll, there's a bow and stick, there's the manual stick. Bow and stick would be the best, but that requires some technique. Fire roll, if you have the material, you can do it. Again, there's that one as well, but that one requires effort. The easiest one from what the video said was bow and stick. Pause real quick.